Welcome back, everyone. It's been a long time since I've done any sort of news or rumors segment, but I wanted to kind of get back on the horse there. So today, I wanted to speak about some leaked listings that were found by the ever-reliable JT Prime 17 from over at the TFW 2005 forums. If you guys don't know JT Prime, I mean, he is a reconnaissance expert when it comes to Transformers, and, he finds, early store listings. He gets inside tips on what's coming down the road. So, I generally trust his work. The first set of reveals we have tonight is all about the Velocitron subline. That's a Walmart exclusive for Transformers Legacy and will presumably be revealed on March 24th and 25th during their CollectorCon event that they're doing online. And for this subline, JT Prime seems to have found the listings that are going to detail the entire deluxe case assortment, at least for the first wave, assuming, if there's more than one. And those deluxe figures, most of them, if not all of them, we've already heard about, but we didn't really, know for sure that they were coming or how many. So we have Road Rocket. The Road Rocket is presumably a retool of the Legacy RC toy, which you can definitely see by looking at the features on Legacy RC. Now, the second figure on this list is Burnout, who is a black, Diaclone-inspired recolor of Legacy Skids. Now, we've received one Burnout toy before, but that was a Collectors Club exclusive, and it was based on the Thrilling 30 Skids mold, which was a much more stylized take on the character based on his IDW comic appearance. Now, that may not scratch everyone's itch for a good Burnout or Skids toy. So if you were looking for something a little closer to, G1 accuracy, this is apparently going to have you covered. Our third figure is the Autobot Clampdown, who is another Diaclone-inspired character. We've received one other toy of him in the form of a Masterpiece Clampdown. And Clampdown is one of the several recolors of the historical Sideswipe design. So it stands to reason that this new toy is going to be a recolor and potential retool of one of the two versions of War for Cybertron Sideswipe. Now, we don't know for sure whether it's going to be the Siege version, which is an alien alt mode, or the Kingdom version, which is an Earth-based alt mode. The Kingdom version would make more sense because Clampdown has only ever been depicted with an Earth-based alt mode. However, fellow Sideswipe recolors Tiger Track and Deep Cover were Siege recolors, which didn't make much sense, but that's what they went with. So I'm leaning toward Kingdom because that's the most recent use of the mold, but they might shock us and do, the alien version, which might actually make some sense for this subline because it's all based on Velocitron. Velocitron is obviously not Earth, so you might expect to see characters with, non-Earth-based alt modes there. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. We also have a Velocitron Blur, and this Blur is presumably going to be a retool of the rumored Legacy Point Blank toy. And, if you see Point Blank and you've seen Armada Blur, there is a bit of resemblance. So this is supposedly Armada Blur, or at the very least, Unicron Trilogy Blur. It could be the Armada form, it could be the Transformers Cybertron form, which is a little more G1 based. Preferably, I'm leaning toward the Armada one just because we've just gotten, a regular G1 Blur, we got the Shattered Glass G1 Blur. I can move away from the G1 design for now. And now the final figure in this deluxe case, which is probably the most interesting, is a Cosmos. Now, there's been a lot of speculation as far as, is Cosmos a new mold or is he retooled from something? And the current rumor is that he is very, very heavily retooled from Kingdom Warpath. Now, I'm not entirely sure how that's supposed to work. And it has me a little concerned because I don't know if you can get a really good-looking Cosmos from Kingdom Warpath. I'm happy to be proven wrong, but I don't like mold sharing when it doesn't make sense. And Cosmos is a very unique-looking Transformer. So I have some kind of internal ideas for how that might work, but we'll just have to wait and see, and hopefully we'll find out in a few days, because I'm very interested. Now, sadly, Cosmos and Clampdown, which are arguably two of the more sought-after toys for this wave, are going to be short-packed. So that means only one of them per case. And then your Blur, Road Rocket, and Burnout will have two. So I can already see the aftermarket prices for Cosmos, because we haven't really ever received a proper Generation 1 Cosmos update. We have the Generations figure and his Titans Return recolor, which I'm actually a huge fan of. I actually very much like that toy, I like the design. but, you know, he's not a very good stand-in for a just pure Generation 1 Cosmos. So, you know, I would just say be paying attention on the 24th and 25th, whenever they reveal this, and try to get your pre-orders in before all the scalpers just eat it up. Now, for the second set of listings, this one is more so disappointing than exciting or surprising. We have the Wave 4 Deluxe listings for Legacy, as well as a singular Voyager listing. So the Deluxes that are given by JT Prime are the Stunticon Breakdown, which is pretty cool. I mean, we knew it was coming somewhere because, you know, Menasor is going to be built for Legacy, but we weren't really sure, you know, which wave he's going to be in, so he's presumably going to be in Wave 4, unless something changes. Now, the really disappointing bit of this is that the other two that were revealed are repacks of Kingdom Cheetor and Earthrise Wheeljack. And I don't understand that one at all. Kingdom Cheetor was not a hot seller and was my least favorite deluxe toy out of the entire Kingdom series. In fact, he was my least favorite deluxe for the entire year of 2021. So the fact that we're getting just a reissue of this guy, and presumably is going to be Kingdom colors, maybe not. Maybe he'll be the Netflix colors. If so, that'd be a little better for people that might have had a hard time finding the Netflix one, though that one's not without its issues either. It has better colors overall, but it ends up lacking some paint details that the Kingdom version had. So either way, it's really not great. I mean, it's good for anyone that missed out, but it was kind of hard to miss out on Cheetor because he shelf warmed pretty bad, especially as like Wave 1 kept getting restocked in place of, you know, other later waves. So very disappointing. And then the Wheeljack one is just baffling because Wheeljack has already been just fully repacked once. He was in Earthrise. He got a Kingdom repack in the later waves, and those things are just shelf warming everywhere. And then he even got a minor redeco in the Netflix subline, which didn't look markedly different from the standard version, basically just dirtier and without English text on it. That was it. So, very, very strange choices indeed. There have been plenty of other deluxe figures that were a lot harder to come by that I would expect would, you know, carry a much higher demand. So why Cheetor and Wheeljack? It baffles me. I mean, I was surprised when Wheeljack got reissued in the first place for Kingdom because he's very mediocre. He's not bad in any way. He looks like Wheeljack, but he's not exciting. And, you know, he's lacking, you know, Wheeljack's trademark weapons. So the fact that they keep repacking this guy is kind of weird. The Cheetor one, while he hasn't had a straight repack yet, still, like, really? Is this what people want, Cheetor? So, I don't know. Two very, very disappointing revelations for Wave 4. Now, you notice we're only seeing 3 listings here. I don't know if that means there's actually only going to be 3 different figures in the 4th wave. Like, I don't know, maybe they're just all going to be double packed or something in there. But I hope we get at least one more that's a new figure, because a wave that's 2/3 repacks from older lines is just horribly disappointing. Now, moving on to probably the most exciting news here, at least in my opinion, that Voyager listing. It's for a Voyager class twin cast, which is the upgraded form of Blaster from Transformers: The Headmasters. Now, this is something that I had seen rumors on, and I was very excited about because we've never had an update of twin cast. We've had a reissue of the original that was a Japan-only one, but aside from a Titan Master that just used that name, we've never gotten an update of this guy. And the Kingdom Blaster mold is, you know, an absolutely fantastic toy, so it's even more exciting that the update is coming to that. Now, it's believed currently that this guy's going to be packaged with Rewind, which makes sense because Blaster is packaged with Eject, so, you know, the mold's already there. It's already part of it, which would be fine because, you know, we need a Rewind to go with this Eject. And, you know, just the idea of finally getting that, you know, admittedly kind of ugly color scheme of, like, the blue and yellow and red, it's still really exciting because most of us have never had a toy of this character. So, as far as, you know, recolors go, this is one of the ones that has me, you know, kind of the most pumped. Now, with that, we've covered everything that we're going to cover today in this video. So now I want to know what your guys' thoughts are on this whole situation. Which toys are you excited for? Which toys could you not care less about? How do you feel about the package refreshes with Cheetor and Wheeljack? Do you think that's a good thing, or do you think it's an utter waste of space? Any and all feedback is always welcome in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to toss it a like. Let YouTube know you want to see more stuff like this. If you do want to see more like this, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you always get a heads up when I post something new. I thank you for joining me for this bit of Transformers news on March 21st, 2022. And with all that said, I will see you next time.